Pokémon is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year, and in the recent Pokémon Presents presentation, the Pokémon Company announced the development of 3 new games within the Sinnoh region. The long-awaited remakes of the Gen 4 games Diamond and Pearl have been finally announced as Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl by an external company, and the third game being developed, which I'm more excited about, is Pokémon Legends Arceus, a bold new direction for the Pokémon games being developed by Game Freak themselves. In today's video, I'll be talking about Legends Arceus and some of my thoughts and opinions based on the first trailer. I'd love to continue the conversation with you down in the comments below. I'll be comparing this game a lot to Breath of the Wild because it was the last Nintendo project to receive the open world treatment with the new gameplay and game systems. Additionally, there was also some very clear symmetry between the announcement trailer for Legends Arceus and the reveal trailer for Breath of the Wild. While I was very excited to see this game in the trailer and there's a lot of speculation and excitement around the open world idea of Pokemon, it's something that the fans have wanted for an awfully long time. I remember playing the PC fan game called Pokemon Generations 2013 I think it was, or maybe earlier. I thought this would be the closest we'd ever see an open world Pokemon game, and I'm very excited to see what the future holds for the Pokemon franchise. Legends Arceus has adopted a similar art style to Breath of the Wild with shell-shaded cartoon realism. I really like this decision, I think it works well for Pokemon and it looks pretty good. I'm also very excited that it's set in feudal Japan, but we'll get to that later. However, I have some concerns about what we've seen so far. There are a few artistic inconsistencies within the different areas of the trailer and is lacking visual polish. I know this is a work in progress and it's probably the earliest playable prototype of the game, so some of these things might have already been fixed, but with potentially only a year to release, I have some concerns. Firstly, there appears to be an over-sharpening across the entire environment and the foliage on the trees looks noisy and lacks detail. There is also an apparent overuse of copy and pasting of the same few tree models, and the forested areas lack density. It makes the world look empty. To remedy this, there simply needs to be more variation in the tree models and the vegetation along the ground. The background environments also look unfinished. They're too much in focus and as a result they lack depth. Breath of the Wild uses a blanket haze across the world and added clouds sparsely across the environment to hide this. If Legends Arceus can adopt a similar system, I think the final result will look fantastic. Another great environmental effect that Breath of the Wild implemented was with particle effects. There's usually some type of particle blowing in the breeze, and while walking around, Link can quite often kick up fallen leaves and debris on the ground. There's also occasionally small groups of fog or mist that trail along the ground, and it really adds to the fantasy element of the game. What I think is amplifying the other issues more is a lack of lighting polish. Obviously there is some kind of ambient occlusion system which is rendering the harsh light and shadow, but it's missing that overall global illumination that makes an environment in the game feel so real. The lighting is also affecting some of the Pokemon. In most of the shots it looks fine, but certain Pokemon look shiny and almost appear to glow. They just don't look like they belong in the environments they're in. For example, the Bidoofs look like they're glowing in this meadow. Assuming they have fur, they should have much more muted colours. And these Piplups, well, they shouldn't shine like that, unless of course they're wet and then they need to have some kind of water dripping effect or something. A final thing to note in the Piplup scene is the flat, unreflective water and the strange grass. They don't look good and are inconsistent with the rest of the trailer. Overall, the game is looking a lot more harsh and sharp compared to the softness of Breath of the Wild. Part of why people love Pokemon games so much is because of the bond you build with your team as you level up throughout the game. So I think the Pokemon in Legends need to be really personable. A good Pokemon follow mechanic is essential for this game. Apart from a few instances, all the Pokemon are standing in an idle pose. The Shinx here is just staring at a wall even after you catch its friend. The big feature of Legends should be the Pokemon behaviours. Why not expand on the nature system from the previous games? As well as influencing stats, nature should affect a Pokemon's behaviour. Timid Pokemon hide or run away when you approach, brave ones walk up to you and try to smell the food in your bag or something, and bold natured Pokemon stand their ground and attack when you invade their territory. At a minimum, I hope they act more natural and animal-like. I'm also curious to see how many different types of Pokemon are in the game. I wouldn't be disappointed if it was only the 200 or so from the original Sinnoh games. To catch a Pokemon, we've always known you must battle and lower their HP first. With the inclusion of seamless battles, I think it would be pretty cool to use our Pokemon to paralyze, put to sleep or knock out wild Pokemon, so that we can catch them as the trainer, similar to how Generations does it. One idea I had was if Legends Arceus could introduce a similar system to legendary hunts in Red Dead Redemption 2, but for high stats or high evolution Pokemon. Legends Arceus is clearly set in feudal Japan. It's most likely a blend of late Edo and early Meiji periods, based on the architecture of the town. I'd really enjoy to see some form of samurai in the game. Pokemon Conquest was able to convincingly use the idea, combining the two ideas. Not to mention the references to the samurai with the choices of Rowlet, Cyndaquil and Oshawott as the game's starter Pokemon. I don't know if Sinnoh will be developed enough to see full feudal warfare, but it could be interesting to explore the idea of seeing other towns and settlements in conflict with each other. If the Sinnoh Pokédex doesn't change, it would be interesting to see some new regional variants of Pokemon who existed in the past. How about a samurai themed Heracross? His horn already resembles the Datemono of a Kabuto. The original Sinnoh games have one of the better mainline Pokemon stories, and I hope Legends can take inspiration from this and has a stronger narrative than some of the more recent Pokemon games. It would be great to expand on more of the lore and learn more about the creation of the Arceus plates. How about have the post-game explore why Turtwig, Chimchar and Piplup are eventually selected as the Sinnoh starters. This is a part of Pokemon that I don't think has been explored before. Well, you've made it to the end of the video. If you've made it this far, thank you, I appreciate it. My name of course has been Michael, and I'll see you around.